MMA Weekly here with Duane Ludwig. Duane, getting ready for your next step back in the UFC. Finally get to fight in your hometown, though, for the UFC. How does it feel to get to fight on your home turf?
It's kind of nice because everything's routine. There's nothing out of the ordinary with traveling or whatnot. So, but as far as being hometown and pressure and things, there's really nothing there. I don't really care too much about what people think or expect. It's all about me, to be honest. So fighting here is okay. It doesn't matter.
Well, I know you're a guy that kind of feels more comfortable in your own surroundings anyway, right?
Yeah, I guess most human beings are comfortable in their own surroundings. So,
but I mean, even for a fight, a lot of guys like to get away and remove all the distractions.
Yeah.
But for you, you've always seemed to feel a little more relaxed going into the ring when you're at home.
Yeah, I definitely feel comfortable here. I don't need to leave to through my mind or anything. I have a pretty situated life here, so it works out well.
Now, you've been training for a long time now with all the other guys here at Grudge and everything, and you have a strong team here, but you kind of got back to your roots a little bit for this fight and got to go train with your old buddy Boss Rutan a little bit for this one.
Yeah.
How was it to get back out there with Boss and kind of have him shake you up a little bit?
It was definitely, I missed it. Boss is just nuts, man. He's just 100% all the time. We're doing 2-hour sessions twice a day. And he just goes, man. I had another buddy out there, Josh Souter, who helped me out a lot, and then James and a couple other guys come together and help me out. So it was definitely a blessing, to have the guys come together and help me out, and Boss coming back to being explosive, and anything he does just 100%. So it was definitely good just to be around that.
Well, and Boss is one of those guys that's been with you from the beginning, I think, right? Since you started fighting. Wow, even just kickboxing, let alone mixed martial arts. So it's got to feel good to have that back in.
Yeah, it's definitely good to kind of, like you said, get back to the roots and get back to what helped me get where I'm at today. It's definitely good to kind of spark the fire again and see where I used to be and what it took to get where I am and just to where I'm at now and just kind of reignite the fire. It's definitely good to kind of get back to the roots.
Is he going to be able to be out here for your fight?
No, he's busy. He's a busy man,
got his TV show and all.
Yeah.
Commercials now.
Yeah,
everything. Got some good
Cartoon Network. It's all I watch at home now is cartoons with my little girl. So I see Boss a couple times a day.
Nice. So you're stepping in with a late replacement. You were expected to fight Spencer Fisher, but things, he got injured, so things had to be shifted up a little bit to Darren Elkins, I believe, right?
Yes.
What do you know about Darren Elkins? He's a guy that's kind of his first fight in the UFC. Nobody's really seen a lot of him. Got a solid record, but what do you know about Darren?
From doing a little bit of, checking up on his history and stuff. He's fought a couple of tough guys.
Pulling his FBI file.
Yeah, pulling the FBI file. He's fought a couple good guys, Pat Curran and Gideon Ray. But the other opponents, weren't so good. But he's able to, implement his game plan. He's a decent wrestler, decent jiu-jitsu, striking is okay. So it was definitely an interesting matchup. But it'll be good. It's his first time in the UFC, and it'll be good. It's a good matchup overall. So I'm happy with it, and hopefully Spencer, is okay with his back, and maybe we'll do that in the future, or start training together, one or the other.
Now, does it kind of shift any pressure to you? At one, you're trying to make a return in the UFC right now, and two, you're kind of fighting an unknown quantity a little bit in a guy like Elkins.
Yeah, that's always been dangerous to me. Is I've been in the same position before, and I kind of have not too much to gain, but a lot to lose kind of situation, and I just have to focus on myself and take the fight for what it is, and that's a fight in the UFC, and I have to go out there and then kind of smash this guy, and I can't look past him. I can't just take him lightly like I've done before with opponents. I have to go in there. I have to picture that the best guy is across the cage for me, and I have to go in there and scrap, and I just got to smash this guy just the way it is.
Do you feel like you have what you need mentally now to kind of approach the fight that way?
Yeah, I definitely understand myself a little bit more and opponents and what each opponent brings to me and wakes up what senses. I just can't be lax anymore. I got to go in there and I got to realize that it's a fight. I can get hurt, but I need to implement the hurt, and I need to make sure that I need to think to my mind that's the last fight that I could be doing. So with that in mind, I just got to go out there and, like I said, I just got to smash this guy and just go for it. I can't take anybody lightly because they're not taking me lightly. Because nobody should take me lightly. I'm a tough fight for most people, and a lot of people realize that. So when they fight me, and they're on their A game, they're ready to die, and I need to be in that same position. I need to be ready to go in there and die.
Are you ready for that?
Yes. I feel good, man. Training's good. Weight's down. I didn't. I kind of noticed that this fight I was able to diet, and Mike Dolce's been helping me out a lot, and it's been good. Weight's come down. I feel strong, and everybody would come together at Grudge, and the bosses, and help me with the jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, and the striking. So I'm able to. I'm not good in any one area now, as much as I am better in all of them, and transitioning back and forth now, which is nice.
I think people would argue a little bit with you on that on the striking part.
Yes, the striking is my weakness.
I hear all the time from your training partners that nobody wants to spar with you in the gym because
yeah, it's kind of funny when I get in the cage or the ring or wherever I go.
Such a level.
I'm always in there, and nobody makes eye contact with me. They just kind of scan around. So I gotta call individuals in, or Trevor has to call somebody in and send them in the cage or the ring with me. It's kind of funny, but once again, there I take care of my guys. I don't hurt anybody. So
but again, you talked about being good at all different areas now, and I think more importantly, how to transition between the various areas. That's probably a part where a lot of guys don't have that when they get in the cage, and that's a big problem for guys. Do you feel like you have the wrestling and you have the jiu-jitsu and you have the striking that just flows together now? You don't have to really think about it as much as you used to?
It definitely flows together more now than it ever has. I always, with the sports, always evolving, so I'm always getting a little bit better. I'm definitely not in a rut, and I'm not any worse than I used to be. I'm definitely better. So train with the guys that I'm training with. There's no choice but to get better. So I gotta thank them, and then they're just always pushing me and just helping me. And people are taking time out of their schedule to help me, so that's always nice.
Before we let you go here, is there anybody you'd like to thank before heading into this fight?
The UFC for keeping the fight going. Joe Silva because Spencer got hurt. I'm just glad they didn't just scratch the match. They kept me on the card, so I appreciate that, Joe, and Dana and with UFC for giving me another shot back to the UFC. And my manager made it happen for me. MMA Weekly helped me out. Boss, of course, everybody here at Garage, my wife. Everybody just really come together to help me out. So thank you.